Well, g'day and welcome everyone to the shed. Well, tonight we've changed a few things. I just got to play a bit of catch up in the chat, but thanks everyone for being here. I really appreciate the support you guys give me each and every week, and also the continued support for the videos I upload to YouTube. And speaking of which, you may have noticed that we've got a new video uploaded, and it's talking about the new wireless microphones I received from Rode. Now, if you are unfamiliar or haven't seen them, these are them. Of course, at the moment, the receiver's plugged into the switcher, the other one's on here, and the other one's in the charging case because obviously you only need one at a time. I can run the two of them exactly, but there's no point. The immediate notice that I've done, I did an unboxing video, which we might go back and share. Excuse me. It's better. I did an unboxing video, show you what you get, and did a little bit of a test. And first part of the video was done with the old ones, and here are the old ones here. That's them there. And the reason why I got the new ones is because the old ones are starting to grow a little bit on the battery, so they're becoming potentially dangerous, and I probably need to dispose of them through my local council, or look up and see if it can be repaired. And that's actually what I reached out to Rode for in the first place. I said, you know, is it possible to get these repaired? And I asked for the serial number and all that sort of thing. And yeah, this letter came back and said, hey, congratulations. Well, you know, you're going to have to dispose of them, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh yeah, that's it, end of story. And then further down they said, no, we'll send you the new ones plus the charging case free of charge. So happy days, over the moon. You know, it's just wonderful that something like that has happened, and I didn't expect it, that's for sure. Especially that I brought these secondhand. I didn't have any sort of receipt for them, way out of warranty, and you think that, you know, they didn't have to do anything, and they could have said, well, pack your bags and bugger off or something. Sorry, we can't help you. But I've heard a lot of good things about Rode. They're an Australian company. They primarily make audio devices, you know, microphones like this sort of thing. This is not a Rode product, it's a different one, but that sort of thing. The wireless microphones, and they've also now gone into video switching. There's a range of products on their website. I highly recommend you go check them out, rode.com, or just do a search for them with your favorite search engine. I can't, honestly, I can't say anything bad about them. Had nothing but good support through their technical team on a couple of matters, this being the second one. The sound quality that's coming out of these is absolutely terrific, and I hope that that sound quality is coming through to you guys right now. Now, for those of you new in the chat, or not saying hello, or you're new here, we are in the process of restoring a 1926 Fowler steamroller, or road roller as it's actually known. Built by John Fowler and Company in the United Kingdom, exported out here to Australia, worked all its life and up until about 1960, 61, where it was, you know, parked up in a park like a lot of this equipment, and left to the elements. G'day, Dogface. Thank you very much for being here. Dogface is one of our loyal members. Him and Mrs. Austin, you know, give a little bit every month and support the channel. I really appreciate it. And if anyone's interested in supporting the channel or me on this journey, that would gratefully be appreciated. One thing I haven't, here we go. Oh, look at that. Dog faces out with the little emojis there that are available to members. And I probably should update that actually and add a few more in. But just a quick shout out to our regulars, and Dogface is one of them. Mrs. Austin sometimes is in here, but she'd be fast asleep now being in the USA. Unfortunately, we lost one of our supporters, and that was Joanne Yoda Girl. She used to be a regular on the streams here, not just in my stream, but over on Cody's or Funk and Hungry's channel when doing live streams. Sadly, she passed away last week, and has certainly left her mark with us. Beautiful lady, and always willing to listen and learn and talk to us guys, even though we're, 1,000, 2,000 miles away, whatever we are. She'll be sorely missed, that's for sure. So good day to Cody. Thanks for being here. G was first in the chat. Peter's here. Mum and Dad are watching on the big screen TV, or they should be. They haven't sent me a message, but they did message me earlier before. My sister hasn't rocked in yet. Mrs. Shed Talk is, I think, occupied, just laying on the bed watching something on her iPad with the dogs either side, or maybe the dogs are, the shed dogs are pushing her out of, the bed. I'm just going to. You guys probably heard that. Sorry, getting a little bit hoarse, so might need to lubricate the lips a bit more. Yep, Mum's on the big screen. Mum and Dad are on the big screen. Thanks, Mum and Dad. Emma's not in the chat at the moment. Hopefully, she might be in later. Emma's had a few things going on, bit of change in life, and. Hopefully all things for the better. New mic sounds good. Thanks, Dogface. Appreciate it. So back on here, we'll jump over to the shed cam very soon. These are some parts of the steamroller that Emma has drawn up. She's made some for herself. She's going to make one or two for me, and they are definitely a vital part of the steamroller that help keep everything going, especially when it's in steam. And in future videos, we'll definitely show you where these go. Right, moving right along. And right, this is the list. Now, back in the day, when engines were ordered, they were handwritten. Of course, obviously, computers weren't around back in 1926. And this is a ledger of steamrollers. As you can see up the top, it's the T3B, that's the model, that's the type. And just beside it there is the weight, 8 ton. And you can see the list of numbers. And if you start at the top and you work your way down, our engine number is 16930. So that's about 3/4 of the way down the page. And some of it's a little bit, hard to read, but it's a T3B 8-ton compound roller. So that's referring to the cylinders. And the agent is Queensland Machinery Company. Hello, boys. G'day, Stylesy. Thanks, mate, for being here. Appreciate it. Have a good one, mate. Thanks for taking the time to pop in and say hello. Appreciate it. And so July 23, 1926 is when I believe is when it was ordered and delivered or completed on the 5th of November 1926, or it's about June, July, August, September, November. It's about actually it's probably when it was delivered, brought out here to Australia, roughly about 3 months. Now, the other thing we have found, you can see in the photo here, the front rolls they've got a casting date on them of 1925, or actually a bit more specific than that. So some of these parts were already made, and they'd put them into stock or inventory or whatever, and as they were required, they'd pull them out, either machine them or finish them off and put them. They'd get assigned to the particular engine when it was being built. And I haven't put that photo in, so we'll do that right now. And I've showed this before, but I certainly like showing it again, that's for sure. And this is the assembly plant or the erecting shop in Fowler's Works. And more than likely my steamroller or our steamroller would have been assembled in this very spot before it was tested and shipped off to Australia. Fowler's, I have some of their reproduction catalogues, which I've shown a while back in my earlier streams. I need to sit down and do that again. The reproduction catalogues certainly shows a lot of insight into what goes into making these things, and it's just fascinating, absolutely fantastic to see that this stuff that's now coming up to a century and sometimes a little bit older is still around and still almost readily available. You know, those of you who take an interest in looking into ancient Egypt, the pyramids and other ancient cultures around the world, they're certainly finding artifacts and documents have been found as well, you know, like the Dead Sea Scrolls and things like that. How some of this stuff is, you know, surviving, getting, you know, getting dug up, getting found again, and we're learning more and more about our ancient history. And when you take, when you look at that, the history of, say, the Fowler steam plough works certainly goes back a long way, and we'll certainly. I'll have to do a history of the Fowler steam plough works and a quick overview one night, because it is pretty fascinating how it started out and where it went to, how it evolved, how big they became, and consequently, like a lot of companies, their demise, unfortunately. So yeah, that'll be a future live stream or even a video. Probably do both actually, just to cover all bases. So I think tonight, and just transferring over to this week, there's been a bit going on here at home. I haven't actually really done much on the roller at all. Done bits and pieces, done just minor things. You know, most of you know that I work a full-time job, so I'm up at 5 in the morning, don't get home till 5 in the afternoon. You know, there's other things going on that you've got to deal with. The other day, oh, hello. We've got a shed dog in the house. Hang on. You come here. What you doing? Did you jump off the bed? You're not with Mummy anymore, eh? Where's the other one? Is the other one come out too? Or just you, eh? Just you come up. So shed dog 1. Shed dog 1's 9 years old now. She's getting old. You come out for a walk. I haven't got anything to give you. No, I haven't got a cup of tea. I should go make a cup of tea. Thanks to G for sending over those lovely teas. And I did make a video about that. Or, well, I made a video about the microphones, and in there I talked about the teas that G sent. Yeah, very kind. They're certainly going to last me a long time. I've already tried one of them, one of the flavours. Certainly different to what I'm used to. And there's a few other flavours there that I need to experiment with. Right, so I'm just talking to the dog as well. And I tell you what, we're going to, yep, I showed all of that. And we're going to go hit, no, we want to hide that on stream. This is a professional stream. We're going to go over to the workbench and we're going to polish the builder's plate just for something to do while to occupy your time, because it's been a while is starting to show a bit of luster, you know, a bit of lackluster, so to speak. So I'm going to give that a, hopefully I'm going in, right, I'm just fixing up the phone. Hopefully I'm broadcasting in 1080p, looks like I am. It's been a while. Actually, no, we've got a couple of things to do. Before it gets too late, we're going to go on the lathe and I'll show you, let me reposition the camera. Let me do this, hang on. Right, I'm going to reposition the camera here, this one here, while I look up, so that we can show you a little demo, give you a little demo on the lathe about how good this microphone is. So I'll just, there we go, that's looking pretty good. You're not going to see me, we're just going to concentrate on what's going on. But it's the noise that, and I've got to thank Peter, he was a bit of a guinea pig the other night. When I first tested these, he was pretty impressed, and sometimes it's pretty hard to impress Peter. There we go. You get the idea. Oh, glasses almost fell off. Some of our, because it's a Thursday night, some of our viewers come in, they're either working or got something else on. Sometimes not everyone can be here. So they come in, say hello, say hi, say bye. And that's really good. You know, it's showing that we're getting traffic. And there's a few people sitting in the background, probably not saying hello or anything like that, but that's all right. So I'm going to run the lathe and I'm going to talk at the same time, and you'll be surprised at how good you can hear me, even though that the lathe is running and it's quite noisy. Now, I haven't changed any of the settings. I just took them straight out of the box. I didn't play with anything. So however it's set. So hopefully nothing's changed. I don't think it would. So here we go. Right. So obviously now the lathe is now running and you can hear me talking. Hopefully you can hear me talking okay while the lathe is running. We're starting to cut. And we're just ploughing into this. I'm just winding it in manually, 460 RPM. That's pretty fast for this sort of operation. Some people would go a bit slower, but I've done this time and time again and it's just no problem. And that took no time at all. I'll just take a little facing cut now, just to clean that up. And I did adjust the height of the tool. Oh, yep, we've cleaned that up. And then I'll put a nice little chamfer on just by hand. So I'm just working the two hand wheels by themselves. And there you go. And hopefully that little demonstration showed you how good these microphones are. And if you wouldn't mind just making a comment and let me know how that sounded, if it worked all right or it didn't work all right. But we'll reposition and right, so it's going to get a little bit jumpy. I'll reposition the camera. And down the track we'll certainly be adding some more cameras. Oh, hello, who's that bloke? So that I'll have various scenes set up so we can, right, let's get me in the picture here. It's a little bit, right, let's go up high. Higher we go, going up higher. Oh, I don't know if you want to see me. You want to look at my face? Righto. So Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Right. So I'd say the puppy dogs are outside. And in fact, let's go. Sounds like they're playing outside. So I might just go check on them quickly. Just see what the puppy dogs, and show you. These have got a fair range on them too, like crazy range, like 200 metres. Yep. So the shed dogs are outside. I'm over here out of view, obviously, but you can still hear me. What are you two doing? Come on. Come on. Come here. Come on. Right, the shed dogs are outside. They're having a play. Mrs. Shed Talks let them out to have a play. Hey, come on. Hey, come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's make a game of it. Come on. Come here. Come here. Hey, here we go. Yeah. Look. Look. You're on camera. Everybody wants to see you. Release. No. Release. Good girl. Ready? Go. It's the dog show. Hey. Hey. So in this situation, the golden one wants to chase this one, and this one's only interested in the toy that, come here. Come on, give it to me. Come here. You going to make it squeak? Here. Squeaky toy. Release. Good girl. Ready? 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 Go. And this is what happens. All right, you go outside and play. There we go. There's a bit of entertainment for you. There's my glasses. So something different instead of me talking about the steamroller. And now I haven't got any brasso. I've got silvo. It's similar sort of stuff. Let's have a look. Let's have a read of this. Silvo is the easy and effective way to clean, restore and polish silver, gold, aluminium and chrome for a quick sparkling shine. There you go. Well, this is not aluminium, it's not gold, and it's not chrome, but it'll do. Directions for use. Do not swallow. So, yeah, don't swallow. It's probably not a good thing. Test an inconspicuous area before use, so a small area, but we've used it before, so we know what's going on. Shake well, apply with a soft cloth, allow to dry, polish off with a dry soft cloth. There you go. Easy done. So we've given it a good shake before, and the shed dogs are having a good old time outside. And at some point, I might have to go get a cup of tea, I think, because it's a bit cool up here and the old throat is starting to feel a bit dry. So here we go. We put this stuff on. And you let it dry, and then you wipe it off with another cloth. Now, obviously, it's got quite the smell to it. Obviously, it's going to get into the letters, the lettering and things like that. So we might have to use a little brush to get it out of there, or get the crap out of there, that's for sure. And that's really coming up a treat. So we'll just let that dry, and then we'll come back and polish that off. And in the meantime, I will take a little sip of water. Sorry if you're hearing that. Still a little bit tacky, but... And then steamrollers have got plenty of brass. When they're all together, there's brass bands, there's the brass chimney cap, which I'll bring over and show you. Well, it's probably copper, actually, I think. Mrs. Shed Talk polished that up quite a while ago, but it probably needs another polish because it does tarnish. And it tarnishes with the heat. That's the chimney cap. just a decorative piece. It's certainly seen some dents and things in its time, but still in one piece, thankfully, and still with the engine. It didn't disappear, like, surprisingly, as most other things have disappeared off the engine. But they, most parts, pretty well, majority of the parts have returned to this engine, which is very grateful, because it's certainly made our life easy to get this thing back on the road again and driving along and enjoying it, that's for sure. So we'll just wipe that off. And as you wipe it off, I should really use a white cloth. I think I'm going to have to give this, oh, that's quite dirty. That's really taken the dirt out of it, or the tarnish, I suppose. If you have any questions, fire away. I'm quite happy to answer any questions while I'm doing this. Yeah, so that's made the world of difference already. And we'll give that another going over, actually. So there it is there. That's looking really nice. Oh, yeah, I've got to look. Hang on. It might be getting a bit too much reflection there on the lighting. There we are. So we'll give that another going over. I'll apply it on with the cloth. Let it dry for a bit. Ah, Shed Dog 2. What are you doing? Now, Shed Dog 2 has been a little bit in trouble today, because we're almost thinking about renaming him to Digger, because all he seems to be doing is digging holes. And you 1 minute you fill it back in, and next thing, hey, presto, he's digging it up again. Hello, Kerry. Has been door dashing tonight. Oh, I hope it's going well. Door dashing, why not? As long as it's working out and you're happy with it, it's good. Hopefully you don't run into any crazies or have to deliver stuff to crazy people, but most people are sane like us. The other thing I have been doing is working on putting tools on the bench. I've got hammers and things to go up yet. I just need to get some longer screws. I just haven't got long enough screws for half of this stuff. I've got my little rack here, which I'll just turn the camera down a little bit. We'll get a bit more of an angle there. There we go. Nice little rack where everything's readily available. Scissors and knives and things like that. Some of this stuff you use quite regularly, other time it just sits there for ages. But it's just all readily available and easy to get to. There's one thing I forgot to put in there, which is floating around, which I can't seem to find at the moment. And one thing we'll talk about during this process, I've had help from a lot of people, or a number of people, and you've heard me mention Emma a few times. Emma's been very, very helpful. So have a lot of other people. It's just made this job a lot easier getting it done. Recently, Emma got some bits made for her steamroller. She was getting some profile cutting done, plasma cutting done. She got this piece for me. This is for the steering cover. As you can see, it's quite rusted away down the bottom there. This is where it you know, over the years, the water just laid in there. This was full of crap. That's the inside. It's pretty beaten up. Lots of holes in it, lots of rust. Need to cut this plate off, put the new one on. It's welded on the inside. Very poor quality welding, but what do you expect for the day? But mind you, it's lasted 100 years, so you can't say it's poor quality welding, even though it looks bad. Even though at the time she made a template, it just doesn't quite line up in a few places. I'm going to have to make a few modifications to make it fit, I think. But it's neither here nor there. Or we might just make a whole brand new one, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's another job to do as part of the restoration. And there's quite a lot of those little jobs that all take time, like the big part of it as well. So we'll get back on to cleaning up our plate again with the Silvo. I must say that Mrs. Shed Talk is very good at doing this. She puts a lot of hard work into this sort of thing to make it look really nice, especially when we first started doing it, because it had many layers of paint, and we did get to with the with one of those polishing cloths and that go on the linisher, and I think it might have been a bit too severe actually, even though it's the very mild one. Right, let's get our little brush here. It's a little nylon brush that I use on the lathe. I'll just give that a clean. We'll get a new piece of rag. This is the nylon brush here. They usually come in a pack of 3, nylon, brass and steel. Ideal for getting into small places and cleaning things. And it's just going to help me get in and get some of the crud out. It's probably not the best, but it's what we've got on hand. Right. And we'll give that another wipe over, and it's starting to look much better. Yeah, there's certainly, if I was using a white cloth, you'll be able to see the absolute crap coming off it. And this stuff does get in, so to speak. Oh, g'day, Colonel. I'm doing well, thank you. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. And we're just polishing up the builder's plate and make it look a bit brighter, because it's showing, getting a bit tarnished. Now, in saying that, I'll once it's done, I'll put this back in the cupboard, and I probably won't look at it for another few months, because we've got a bit going on at the moment, especially with the lead up to the National Rally. A lot of preparation there, both on the organisers' side and our members of the club getting things ready for various displays and so on. The club I'm involved with is also having a display at the ECA this year, Brisbane exhibition, and we've previously shown there before, and that's sort of like the week or 2 weeks before the National Rally. So some of our members are putting in a lot of time to go to these events, and it's all volunteer. They don't get paid. They have to, find their own way in and all that sort of stuff. So certainly putting a lot into it, that's for sure. Right, now, like I said, Mrs. Shed Talk does a way better job of this than I do. I think the first time I done it, it looked better. And in fact, I'll show you a different cloth would definitely be ideal, I think. Right. Just to give you an idea of stuff that comes off. Give you an idea of that's sort of the colour of the stuff that comes off. And this stuff is slightly abrasive. That's how it sort of works and gets the polish on. And so it is actually wearing it away to a point. Well, let's get that stuff out of there. Right. And that's looking way better than what it was. That's for sure. Yeah, Pete, put your monocle on and have a close inspection. Do the edges, get that. Edges are not so critical, but it's the face. Now, just on the backside, this is slightly curved, and there's a browny colour. One of the original colours that Fowler's had was a chocolate brown, and I'm not sure whether this is that. I think it might be. I haven't had this tested or anything like that to try and find out what it is, but it's certainly been there a long time, that's for sure. But there we go. That's the builder's plate looking much better, much shinier than what it was when it first came out. And I think for that, we'll leave it at that tonight for the polishing of our builder's plate. We'll wrap it up. Got a separate little cloth here for it, just to help protect it. And it'll go away in a nice little safe place so that it's ready to come out when it's needed. Right, we'll go back over to the computer. And I think what we'll do, we'll... right, goodbye, Shedcam. G'day, we're back. I think I'll run that little video. A couple of messages on big screen, right? I'll run the video I made of yours truly showing the microphone, the new microphone. Now, if you've seen it, you can switch off. That's all right. I don't mind. And I'll just get this teed up here. And right. Well, first of all, I've got to share it first before you can listen to it. I should have done. So we'll go full screen here, and we'll hit the play button, and I'll have a little drinky poos off screen. My name's Mark. We're going to do an unboxing video tonight, and this is from Rode. Rode Microphones have very kindly sent me this Wireless Go 3, Gen 3, because I reached out to them and said, hey, I've got this problem with the current ones. The batteries are starting to swell, and they wrote back and said, unfortunately, we can't help you out. You know, you need to dispose of them, so, you know, properly and contact your local council and so on. And then I read the last line and there's, however, as a good faith, we're going to send you a brand new one, Gen 3, which I'm absolutely stoked about. So we'll get the old knife out and we'll open up our box and see what we get on the inside. Always be careful with knives. Really well packaged. Retract that away, put it back in. Lately I've been getting into the bench and getting the tools set up, so we'll talk more about that later on. And some nicely packaged. Here we are, that's what's in the box. The Rode Wireless Go 3, Gen 3. 32-bit float recording. This is the black in colour, I would imagine. That's what it says, because they do come in various colours. I've got a range of colours, which I'm really impressed about. So thanks to Rode for sending this, and they've also included the charging case as well. So really, really fantastic for sending all these, and I'm just over the moon. What's going to happen here? Well, we'll get these opened up and we'll have a look. Actually, that's the perfect box for something else I've got to do. So we'll hold on to that, we won't just throw it away, like you see those other YouTubers do. Right, I'll put the glasses on and we'll start with the charging case. We'll unbox that. These...
I'm just going to pause it there. I'm going to skip through this and make it a little bit quicker. Get down to the nitty gritty. You get the idea.
Back, take that off. Turn on. Probably low on power, but they do light up. So now it's time to sit down and read the instructions. I also need to register these products on the Rode official.
As you can see, my framing wasn't too good, and I did cut a bit out. You know, I got a piece here that, let's just bring me up. So this here, you can put your microphones and receiver on there and put a USB in the backside there and charge all three on the go, and you're connecting it to a computer so you can update the firmware if you need to, or if need be, download the audio from these, because they do record internally. I need to switch that on, I haven't done. The other thing is you get this beautiful little case and it's got everything in it. It's got a cleaning cloth. I did explain that in the video. You know, you got your dead cats, all that sort of thing. Various cables, because what's the thing without cables? And we'll skip right ahead here. You just saw me. Probably the big thing I was impressed with was when I jumped on the Linisher, and we'll show that in the video here.
Camera sitting up on the forklift here. Oh, excuse me, on the forklift. And as you've seen previously, the Linisher is quite noisy, probably noisier than the lathe. And I'm talking away here, so we'll give this a clean up. I'm just moving this backwards and forwards as I go on the wire buff. Just a little bit of surface rust on it. I'm going to have to bolt that down. So there we go, job done. Now go back over and make sure she's right to go. So here we are now back over on the computer. We're going to download this and do the editing and get it up on YouTube. So thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget, Thursday nights we are live here from the shed doing stuff on the lathe or the mill or something to do with the steamroller restoration. See you then. Bye for now.
Steaming under.
Oh, yeah, I should have let that play. In fact, I will play that little ad in a second. I'm going to hide that on stream, bring me up here. Yep, so there you go. Really impressed with this thing. There's obviously a lot more that it can do that I need to learn about, sit down and read, maybe watch a few tutorials on their website or see what other people are doing with them. Unbelievable, just great. And the other thing is too that you guys would know is that when previously with the older ones, because of the age, thanks, G, I really appreciate it. I've still got a lot to go, mate. I really like your videos. You're smashing it out of the park. The other good thing is that the battery on these just is lasting way longer. Like I was, you're right, Peter. You're right. With the older ones, the battery, I would be critical about watching the batteries and how long they lasted. One of them wouldn't last about 10 minutes. The other one, I might get an hour out of it or something like that. So far, we've been going about 50, 55 minutes. And these ones, I'm looking at the indicator, it's hardly shown a dent on this particular one because it does show the battery level at the time. And it's just amazing. Like, so seriously, I could easily, you know, if I'm doing something, if I'm doing a live from the shed here, say during the day, which maybe will happen down the track, I can put these on and know with confidence that I'm not going to drop out or anything like that. And if I do, I can just swap it over and pick up the other one. So essentially, I think they rated these at 7 hours, like talk time, which is phenomenal. That's just unbelievable. But you know, it is what it is. So I think I'm going to round it up at that. The old throat's starting to get a bit horsey, and it's getting a bit cool down here in the shed. I'll go see what's happening upstairs with the shed dogs and Mrs. Shed talk. And just like to thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll just go and play that video for the National Rally. It's getting closer and closer. It's like 30 days away now, so it's going to be on top of us before we know it. Here's the commercial.
Steaming under the Southern Cross is back and bigger than ever. Australia's largest display of working heritage machinery, steam engines, vintage tractors and much more. Fun for the whole family. Don't miss it. August 23 to 31 at Kingsthorpe Park on the...
There you go. The regulars know, have seen that before, but there may be somebody that may watch this back later on. So I really appreciate you taking the time to join in and watch me tonight. It's been a bit of a different one, been a bit, you know, all over the place. Maybe I'll get it a bit more organised down the track. I keep saying that, but I never do. But thanks again, everyone. You have a good night. Look after yourselves. Go say hello to each other, and we'll catch up soon. Bye for now. Whistle.